Hey friends, कैसे हैं आप लोग? Very good morning. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. Let's see who can join, and then we will start. We have a very specific topic. Uh, I mean, broadly, if you see, those topics are become very crucial when you grow in your career. Okay, so um, so when you cross 5 6 years age of, I mean, the kind of years of experience, and say 6 7 years of experience, then definitely you might found yourself in a place where you need to um, uh, kind of engage with the clients in kind of uh, uh, risk and dealing some kind of a pre-sales activities as well. So, see, generally, right? I mean, as a business analyst, so you will be or product owner, uh, their job starts when the things are streamlined already. It means when the contract is signed and all that, and then mutually both companies agreed, okay, this company will give the requirements and this company will implement that requirement. So I'm talking about previous to that. This is the normal flow. We have seen the positive flow where things are okay, and then you got the project and you will be start interacting and then uh, collecting the requirements and implementing the requirements. I'm talking about before that, when you are still in the kind of discussion with the client, sales or pre-sales activities where you will be meeting to the client, maybe your offshore onshore clients in the local to your country or maybe outside. Okay, then it become more challenging for a business analyst and product owner, because two things we need to understand very carefully. Okay, yeah, sorry, I think system got hanged. So two things become more challenging, because here the client is not yet convinced fully to believe on you to deliver the product or project or tools or services or application, whatever you want to call it out. So in this situation, you are the face of your company, and then whatever you are talking, whatever you are saying, it should be more convincing and should be informative. It should not like you will be bumbling at that time. I mean, you should be having your company history information in your mind. What are the core strength of your organization? Because time to time you have to convey and call out to the strength, company strength, to the client. Okay, and carefully you have to listen to the client issues also. You cannot talk beyond the subjects. So client will start narrate its pain areas and all that. So as a business analyst, product owner, you should understand, carefully listen that, and then you can see how you can mitigate or how you can resolve their problems. So first you have to start documenting whatever they are saying of client. And time to time you can embrace your company policies, strengths, so that they will gain the confidence on you and on your company. Oh, I am giving this project to the safe hands. I'm telling you these things very uh, with experience. I'm telling you guys, okay, it will be applying in your career whenever you will be crossing 15 or 18 plus of experience, 20 years of experience in your career. These things will be applicable. Okay, so then you see a lot of clients, I mean, a lot of stakeholders from the client side, and how you will manage to them. You have to manage all of the client stakeholders very equally. You cannot give preference to one of the stakeholders and dominate, or something like you will ignore some of the other stakeholders, irrespective of whatever their position in their organization. You should give correct and similar value focus to all of the client stakeholders. It doesn't matter who looks very confining and first meet, he's the only decision maker. No. It could be who's sitting behind and sitting idle and watching everything. He might be the decision maker, and he may create a lot of noise. That's why when you go to the client interactions, client meetings, you should equally give the preferences, your attention to everybody equally. You have to gain the client heart, their thought process, and show the confidence. These are the safe hands we are giving our project. Okay, so you set up the meetings with them, so you do all these interactions them one by one, collect the requirements, and anywhere you see any conflict, you politely, kindly invite both parties in a room and then start questioning to them, like, what do you think about this process or challenges? What do you think about the challenges and processes about the same thing? And then you have to make a relation between these two and then see the gap. So it's your responsibility to resolve the conflicts between the client stakeholders. So one person is saying this, one person is saying this. So ultimately, you should be try to map these processes and whatever the requirement they are saying, and then you have to show the gap. The gap could be requirement understanding. It is very possible these two stakeholders belong to some different areas of expertise, but they somehow contributing in the same area. One moment. So because of lack of knowledge and all that, it conflicts. When it conflicts, it's your responsibility to bring those parties to in a single room and then politely ask their requirements, their processes, their thought process, and try. BPM and diagram is very effective tool. You create one BPM and diagram and then present them both. See, see, this is according to you. This is what you are telling you. According to you, this is what you are telling you. Now tell me, please, what is that? I need to conclude finally. So they will realize by seeing that whole process, they will realize, oh yeah, my thought, I visualized wrongly. So it is not like that. It will go from this way. It is very easy, you know. So as a product owner, business analyst, it's your responsibility to resolve the client's conflicts, because ultimately you only need to produce a document, and document cannot be based out of the conflicts and confusions. It should be having a concrete and clear information that you will document and that you will pass out for sign off and your product implementation, irrespective of agile methodology or scaled agile methodologies. There are certain documents which you need to produce. It could be your proposal documents. It could be your statement of work, SOW. It could be your release plan document and your risk document. I'm coming on that topic. So whoever says there is no documentation, yes, it corrects at the time of involvement of a product owner or a business analyst in the whole SDLC's life cycle phase. If the product owner or business analyst is engaging post finalizing of everything and product has been our project has been awarded to the client for implementation, then yes, there is no documentation except creation of epics and user stories and etc etc. But if you are involving or engaging before awarding that or purchase order, what you say is final commitment, okay, this is we are going give to this project to you. So there are a lot of pre-sales activities, project activities, where you will be demonstrating your company capabilities, you're demonstrating what tools you have, what methods and effective the implementation or tools, how you are engaging in your client deliveries. So you can introduce the DevOps practices, you can introduce, if you have effective issue management, something you have, okay, you can talk about these are the skill set people you have. So somehow you are engaging in the this kind of activities before awarding the project finally. Okay, so before that, if you are engaging, so these are some documents you have to come up with, because those are the required documents for the sign off and awarding the project to any organization. Okay. Now I was talking the risk. So risk is what? See, company is giving a project to you. It will be having risk. It will be having a risk of not implementing because of lack of resources, not able to find the right skill sets resources, not having the required infrastructure to develop that product, software or tool or application, or they don't have client doesn't have time to give you the requirement itself. So ultimately when they give the requirement, they tell what they're looking for, then only you will be analyzing and coming up with the solution and the implementation, right? So if they are so busy, they are not able to give the requirements, it will be delayed. Then whose fault here? So those are the risk you want to highlight in the risk document, risk management. So you will highlight top 10, 15, 20 risk, either side, from the client side and from the service provider side, both sides. So you note down and then you figure it out, what is the chances of occurrence. I mean, how much you seeing predictability, how much you are thinking, you are assure like this could occur in which, how, what are the chances. So you give the ratings like 1 to 5, something you can give 3 or 5, or percentage wise you can give 50% chance this situation will occur, 80% chance or 10% chance. So always risk is not like always high. It could be a 10% chance only. Not always happen, but 10% chance is there. It could occur. So when you decide a risk list, against each risk, what is the prediction, occurrence prediction, and then at the last column you can have the mitigation plan. So risk, occurrence prediction, and if it is occurred, what is the mitigation? So mitigation is the solution to resolve that or fix that risk if it occurs. So two scenarios are there. Either you will be trying to mitigate that risk as proactive. It means you will not allow that risk to be occurring. So you are doing some measurements, you're doing some activities, that way you will be ensuring this risk will not occur. Simple. Rain is going on. Okay. So it will not occur. Second thing, if it is occurred, do you have some plan so that you can just quickly fix that, quickly overcome from that risk? So always mitigation can go into two approaches. The top first and favorable approach is what? To avoid that risk. What is your mitigation? So that that risk will never occur, never come in picture. You will full stop. But suppose in your mitigation plan itself there is a risk. See, it's a loop, right? Paradox. You created, you there is a risk, you created plan A. To plan A also could execute or fail. So you will be having supporting thing as a plan B. Plan B also may fail or pass. So you will be having plan C. So it's a paradox. So always the risk mitigation also could become flop because either a process oriented risk mitigation or people oriented risk mitigation. Process oriented, it could be a chance to not fail because you are establishing a process that might be followed by a software or tool or services, so that will ensure once it is placed it will not fail. But if it is a people oriented, again, that people availability, that people engagement, his busyness, it can again come, right? So that's why we come up with that plan. Whenever we say risk, it's very important and it is defined before start executing of your product implementation. So you have the list of risk, both sides risk, client side risk and infra side risk, and the service provider side risk. And then what is the occurrence? What is the percentage? It always occur, put it 100%. You see it's a 50% chance, 60% chance, put that. And then each risk you will be having a mitigation plan. I told you mitigation plan can happen in two ways: process wise and people oriented mitigation. Process wise, definitely you will never fail, but people also could be failing because their availability and all that matters. Okay, so you cover mitigation, all possible scenarios in the mitigation column, each against each risk row. Okay, that will ensure if this doesn't work, at least it will work, and then we will avoid that mitigation. And then once you have this risk mitigation, risk management plan, then you can have the kind of you have a I mean this you call it like what uh, suppose the escalation metrics. So escalation metrics means if you see the risk is occurred and then it is not been solved or handled within the given timeline, so you should be having some metrics that you will place some roles, either side, client side or service provider side, and then that will tell you once it is occurred who should be responding, and then if it doesn't been responded within this given time, who should be escalated to whom. That hierarchy, that risk mitigation, risk this plan you can create escalation metrics. Okay, escalation metrics are also very important to define before starting your project itself. That will be based off your later phases, any challenges or issues you face. So to whom do you approach, to whom you need to contact, you should be having that clarity, correct? So as a, I mean, that's what I was, that's the whole objective was to tell you. As a business analyst and product owner, you see involvement or engagement of us in the project later of the uh, pre-sales activities once project is confirmed. That is a simple thing, like it's you go the collect the requirement, execute, and then deliver the requirement, right? But if you've been involved since you grow in your career and all that, you will be requested or asked for contribution in the prior phases, because they expect you have a good communication skills, good listening skills is very important. What client is saying you must understand. Behavior skills, how you present yourself to the client, which represent your organization, your attire, your body language, your clothing sense, it all matters when you go and represent your organization in front of the client. So we should be buying some blazers, coats, good formal cloths for such occasions. It's not the how you are appearing, it's how your organization will appear in front of the client. So it's very important, guys. Okay. So communication skills, listening skills, writing skills as well. Yes, writing skills, and then your appearance, your personality, your attire, your body language, your behavior. You should give the gratitude. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Welcome. These kind of some greetings you should always include for your conversation. Okay. So, guys, if you follow these things, definitely you will grow in your career a lot. Okay. Please send me some topics which you want to discuss or something. I will definitely come next Saturday, Sunday again. Okay. I was in Sydney basically for last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So there was a client meet. I couldn't able to come the live session, but yes, ping me. I will ensure the Saturday Sundays I will be coming at 11 a.m. every Saturday Sunday. Okay. So ping me your topic, any questions, queries, then we will talk. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Great learnings. Keep on learning, keep on sharing, keep on discussing. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.